Well, big jury decision just happened. They decided on Wednesday that LA County must pay Kobe Bryant's widow, Vanessa, and another person $31 million in damages because sheriff's deputies and firefighters shared graphic photos from the crash site, 2020, the helicopter crash that killed the NBA star and his daughter and 7 other people. The jury deliberated for just a couple of hours, and they were convinced by the lawyer representing Vanessa and Chris Chester that the photos of the crash caused emotional distress, and they went for it. $16 million to Vanessa, $15 million to Chester, and Tuesday would have been Kobe's 44th birthday.
Why'd they give... I get the part where there's an algorithm that insurance companies use that, when the Twin Towers go down and one guy was a big stockbroker and he made $1.7 million a year, and then there was the janitor and they both died, but people go, sorry, the janitor only made $41,000 a year, so we're going to pay, he was 57, he could have worked for another 19 years, we'll pay you that times whatever. And then there's that's Vanessa, that's Kobe,
right.
And the other were people you'd never heard of. But then why not just make it 15.5 each, or do whatever? She gets 21 and he gets 9. The weird, you get 16 and you get 15 is a weird little jab or something. What is that? Why not just break it in half? And then what is she obligated to do with this money? Because she will never have to come close to anything known as work ever again. Licensing, God knows what she got after the crash, but there was no such thing as her ever. She's going to be full Priscilla Presley, right? Just nothing but mailbox money for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Is she sort of obligated to take the 16 and go, I'm giving it to the Aeronautical Safety Commission because there's too many helicopters crashed, or I'm giving it so that each helicopter can be outfitted with a terrain sensing device.
Yeah.
If this one had it, he'd still be alive. Or just
even the Mamba Kids,
the Mamba Kids Academy. Or can you just hammer that check?
You can hammer that check.
I don't think you should.
Well, I don't think she's. I have no idea, but I don't. Why would she feel like she'd have to do anything else with it?
Because she's got $100 billion.
Right,
and,
I agree.
And it's very prominent.
Gauche.
Everyone's talking about it. And it's $16 million.
Yeah.
By the way, when we go, the sheriff's department had to pay or whatever, it's that's just us.
Yeah, that's
just taxpayers.
Coming out of the till.
It's basically, it's not like the guy who showed up the picture makes $63,000 a year. It's not coming out of his pocket. Right. It's whatever tax money or whatever money that is put in through this, all this, the police department, the sheriff department, this department, that department had to pay the inmate or whatever it is. It's all just money that could have gone to something else.
Well, and then that leads me to the question, will we see an uptick in traffic tickets? Make up.
Got to raise some money.
Yep.
I'm saying I think it'd be a good gesture for
agree
her
more.
just to go somewhere with that
optics.
money. What do you guys think? JT, Chad?
What do I think she should do with the money?
Do you know who we're talking about?
Of course, yeah.
Sorry.
And I think I remember, Kobe Bryant, good basketball player.
Yeah.
Tragically passed.
Very good, actually.
Mm-hmm. I read the Lakers book, Three Ring Circus. About them. Really juicy goss in there.
Oh, really?
Like what?
It's intense. I don't know. You just got. I shouldn't have brought it up if I wasn't going to expound on it. But
let me guess.
It's
is
so
it a lot
juicy. I feel bad talking about it.
Is it a lot of on the road indiscretions?
Hijinks.
I think that writer, who's a good writer, Perlman, I think he likes to kind of take everyone down a peg or two, and he's very effective at it. So it's just about how they're all kind of tough to get along with, to put it mildly. But
what would you do with the money? We obviously the Paul Walker statue. Right. Number one, there's still going to be a couple of mil left over after that.
Yeah. I like the idea of giving it to the Mamba.
Yeah.
Mamba kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Aeronautical safety, all that kind of stuff.
So just what
the
Adam
practical
thought.
use.
Yeah.
But obviously the Paul Walker.
Well, that first, yeah.
Yeah, that first.
That'd probably be 60,000, so that'd take a good chunk out.
And also, with that kind of money...
wouldn't take that much out.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
for the
because
statue?
16... Well, I'm saying
it's
it's
to be cast iron.
Right, but that'll rust.
Oh, is that bad?
Oh.
Yeah,
Like
you
a
want
skillet.
bronze or stainless or something.
Oh, that's an easy pivot.
Yeah.
for
Well,
sure.
You're a handyman.
I
What
am.
would you suggest?
Handyman.
I'd probably go down to the North Hollywood Park and see what they did the Amelia Earhart statue out of, because that thing, Amelia Earhart?
The lady who went across the globe and then got disappeared.
That's right. She
Yeah.
got disappeared.
Right, her.
Well, I said got disappeared. Like there was.
No,
She
I
might
know.
have just got lost, but we don't know, right?
We don't know. But the point is there's a statue of her, and she's out front of the North Hollywood Park, and she's leaning against a part of her plane that broke off upon impact, which is a weird message.
Yeah. Really?
It's a broken.
For dear life.
Oh, she's holding a
She
propeller.
seems proud.
But she looks strong. In
But it
that
would also be
moment.
the first piece that hit the ocean, the propeller.
Like Rose on that plank.
Yeah, and they had
Swinging.
one. They have one at the Burbank Airport, but that's indoor. But then North Hollywood Park. I grew up out here, so I've been seeing her out there, unfazed, unchanged. All throughout the. We have some tough winters out here in North Hollywood. Very tough.
Yeah.
And
Brutal.
Gets into the
she's
60s.
She's survived. Right, it'll dip into high 50s at some point, but she has survived and leaning against that propeller. So I always used to say in my act, I said, like, if you talk to anyone, and there was one inside the Burbank Airport too, I would say, if you talk to anybody under 40 and you were saying, like, meet me at the Burbank Airport, and you'd say, meet me by the Earhart statue, they'd go, oh, yeah, the dude leaning against the paddle? Because there's no other way to interpret
Yeah.
this.
Whoa.
Handsome.
This is her. All right, so whatever they made the Amelia Earhart statue out of, I'm guessing bronze, then that's the Paul Walker one.
I like the bronze because for Paul especially would emphasize his tan.
Oh,
yeah, right.
I didn't
That's
think
kind of
about
his
that.
natural color.
Yeah.
He's a good-looking dude.
Like
Yeah.
was it Into the Blue?
yeah.
Oh, and
Yeah.
he was smoldering in that.
He would look good.
Yeah.
He was swimming underwater in slow
Really?
motion and doing the dolphin style
Oh, boy.
Oh, dude.
kick. Yeah, your dad must have busted up. I mean, had to really enjoy that,
Yeah.
right?
Were you gonna say bust a load? 'Cause we
No,
was-
I
we
was
say
just
that a
saying.
lot.
That'd be
No,
different.
but I was saying
Kinda
he
like
must
in
have
our
like
vocabulary.
really enjoyed seeing Paul like aquatically. He's so
Yeah.
graceful.
Yeah, I mean, my dad he really wanted us to be swimmers and stuff. 'cause
Oh,
it's
he
hard
did?
work, and he's like, I think he'd look at that and he'd be like, "That's the tone you can achieve if you take on this sport." So-
Yeah, it was glorious. Gina, have you ever seen this
No,
movie?
I got to see it.
Very well shot, underwater,
Beautiful.
with oh God, what was
Jessica
it?
Alba.
Jessica Alba looked
Just a
equally.
couple of- just a
Yeah,
couple
that
of
was sweet.
specimens.
You'd be hard pressed to find two people just sort of naturally looked better in their bathing suits than those guys. You can work out all you want, you can get boob jobs and silicone stuff, but just tall and super lean and sinewy, hard to find a better combo
Yeah,
than that.
makes sense.
And then they swam in slow motion.
Oh, boy.
Underwater.
Dreamlike.
What do they do
Yeah.
for like crafty when they're shooting out on those boats? Do they just have like another speedboat next door with like a table and some granola bars?
Yeah, I don't know what Crafty at Sea's like, but I can check into that. I am in the union.
Just drop a line.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry I made you the expert on it.
no,
But
I
you've
don't
been
know.
on
I've
set on it.
I've not done a lot of aquatic work, mainly land-based comedy.
For sure.
A cruise ship or two, I mean, but that's not what you're talking
No,
about.
he's talking like Uncle Ron or Captain Ron.
It's got a full buffet.
Right.
But like when they did Captain Ron or
Right,
Jaws, how
right.
did the actors
Yeah,
eat?
eat.
That's a good
I don't know.
point.
I could make a couple of phone calls.
Yeah.
Hey, blow a call into Costner about Waterworld.
Yes.
Oh,
I could
dude.
talk
Well
to God. He is a dear friend. I could-
Before you guys came in the studio, we saw a clip of talking to city council about the statue, and you referenced a deep cut in skulls. I forgot that he was even in that young Paul Walker. That is a semi-obscure film. I'm surprised. You must be a huge fan if you
Dude, yeah.
cited skulls.
We were actually just talking about it the other day. One of our favorite scenes is when all the chicks come, and of course they play "Higher" by Creed, because that's the song you got to play when chicks come. And then
Yeah, like
Paul,
when the chicks show up, that's the perfect song.
yeah, and then Paul leaves with two chicks.
Yeah.
Two.
Everyone else
Yeah.
gets one chick and Paul leaves with two.
Is that
Yeah.
the one that ends in the climactic duel?
Yes.
On a,
Yes.
on a conveniently placed dueling deck that happens to be outside their
These
mansion?
are old
Yeah.
school dudes. This
Yeah.
was like before Hamilton. They were kind of the first first ones there.
What
And
was that movie
Who
about?
was the hero that was
Joshua Jackson.
Yes.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right. Thank
Pacey?
you.
Paul plays
I saw
Caleb
the theater.
Mandrake.
Wow.
Good rich guy douche name, Caleb Mandrake. for the,
Oh yeah,
for the
that's
bad
super
guy.
douchey, but super rich. You're
Trent
right.
Williams.
No, it's Craig T. Nelson's his dad.
Oh, dude, nice.
But I love
Good
Trent
recall.
Williams.
What year did this take place? This movie?
2000. Yeah, 2000.
I mean, it was a
Is this-
contemporary
is it-
movie.
Oh,
Let's see.
Christopher
Did we get
McDonald
it right?
he crushed it in that too. Yeah.
Was it?
William Peterson's
Leslie
kind of
Bibb.
the.
Was no?
It's
Wasn't
a secret society. It's like a fraternity or
Yeah.
something. she
Skull-
get into.
Skull and Bones at
Skull and
Yale.
Bones.
Yeah.
And then they duel regularly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
In 2000.
Should we watch this, Brian?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is probably 13% of Rotten
I think
Tomatoes.
you would
Chad,
like it.
JT, should we watch Skulls?
You should, because you're a huge
hell
fan
yeah.
of like bad movies, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is a great movie, but I still think you'll like it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here's where the
Oh, here's
chicks
the higher
come,
scene.
too.
Yeah, this is huge.
Yeah.
This is my morning coffee. Do you think they still duel at Yale?
I don't
wanna
know.
see
I
this
mean, they
movie.
probably settle it with the crew team.
Right.
You know, like who can paddle faster.
Like oar versus oar, like sword combat.
No, I just mean like a race.
At sea.
Regatta.
I don't know how those guys eat, though. You got to think about it. Like there you are paddling for hours on end.
Yeah,
Like
where's Crafty?
where is Crafty in a situation like that?
Do you consider the coxsman an athlete?
I'm trying to think. Like there's certain, that job's got to be predicated on your weight, right?
It's like jockey size, right?
Yeah, they never have any heifers doing that gig. On the other hand, do they have a weight or do they add weight like they'll do with a horse? They do it in some car racing. Is there combined crew weight? And, and then what if you were able to hire mini-me or something like that? You save like 65 pounds or...
Yeah.
There must be some rule. Well, we talked about when Ayrton Senna would do his go-kart
Yeah.
race, and he would like add weight to the go-karts. If
fair.
a kid was in there, like it's just we're going fair. We're
Yeah.
going to see who's the best
He would
driver.
do that when he raised kids.
He'd invite, God, I'll think of his name, Tony Kanaan, I think is a big Indy driver. And he said, yeah, when I was like 13 or 14, I'd go to Ayrton's ranch and he'd have a big go-kart race for all the prominent and great, I don't know, Brazilian kid champions or whatever. And he had a whole track at his house and everything. And he said, first thing you do is add weight.
How do you compare him to like the contemporary F1 drivers?
Well, I think there's Tony.
Like, was there more pure
Come on.
driving skill when he was doing it
I
versus the
think
guys
what
today?
you have to kind of do is you have to kind of think of it like, let's say, a pilot from World War II versus a fighter pilot from today. The equipment is so much more advanced and can do so much more,
Sophisticated.
but it happens so much faster because everything has been sped up. But there are ways to control the car. Whereas these guys were just manual shift and blipping the throttle and dialing things in and kind of by the seat of their pants. Also with a crazy danger factor that has not been eliminated, but it's definitely been decreased quite a bit. So you'd have to give the guys the sort of old school guys the thumbs up just on the crazy danger. I mean, Ayrton Senna's dead now because of the crazy danger factor back then. But like they had to drive those cars 100% themselves with no assisting of any kind. But now the guys today have some assist, but everything's been sped up. So maybe that evens it out.
Right, like how quick they got to work that computer as they're going.
I don't think they work it as they're going, but they have a lot of technology. you know?
Well, I mean, I just mean their steering wheel's got like 70 buttons on it.
They're lights and they're scrubbing through the gears and there's so much like a steering wheel from an F1 car. It's like a space shuttle. It's crazy. Yeah, if you got Netflix and you're going to watch these guys special, you should check that Drive to Survive.
First,
It is-
watch
amazing.
Skull.
First watch
The Skulls.
The Skulls, and then that. All right, let me tell you about Blinds Galore. They're having a huge Labor Day sale. Starts Wednesday, August 31st. Everything is up to 50% off. You've worked hard all summer. Now let blindsgalore.com make it easy for you to get the custom blinds and shades you've always wanted right in your own home. I use them. They're in my home. They're in my office. They're in our edit bays. They're everywhere. We always use Blinds Galore for everything. First place to buy custom window treatments online. Trust me, I know what you're going for, and especially it keeps the heat out, keeps the noise out, adds so much. Just take the measurements, customize it online. If you need assistance, their design experts are ready to help. Everything is 100% custom made and built from scratch and created just for you. Designer product without the designer price. Free samples, free shipping. It's blinds galore. Right, Dawson?
You work hard enough. Reward yourself with new Blinds Galore custom window coverings during one of their biggest sales of the year. Order your free samples today so you'll be ready when their Labor Day sale starts on August 31st. Don't forget to let them know that we sent you. That's blindsgalore.com.
Oh, breaking news. The Skulls is streaming on Peacock.
Oh,
Nice. So we should wrap pretty early.
yeah.
So I got to watch it. All right, give us another story, Gina.
All right. Well, let's talk Nick Cannon because he's having another kid. He is 41, and his girlfriend, Brittany Bell, is expecting their third child together, which is his 10th overall. Nick made the announcement in an Instagram video, which we have, of their maternity photo shoot, featured Brittany posing topless while, like, sitting on the ground and, like, kind of wrapping her arms around his legs. Like kind of like that dime store novel vibe. In addition to his kids, Golden and Powerful, Cannon shares 11-year-old twins, Monroe and Moroccan, with Mariah Carey, as well as a newborn son, Legendary Love, with model Brie Tessel.
Well, speaking of the crazy black names.
Oh, there's more.
Keep going because
Okay.
I have one for you. Get our football names ready, Max Pata. But sorry, go
Because
ahead.
he's also the dad to twins, Zion and Zillion. They're 13 months, and then he has another baby on the way. Nick said he is expecting to welcome 3 babies this year.
Is the girlfriend upset about that?
Everyone seems cool.
Okay.
Yeah. The
Spreads the seed.
all the guys who don't cheat are fools.
The more you know.
Well, what it is I've said it a million times. It's like Snoop Dogg with the weed. Don't fucking go hide behind the dumpster. Make it part of you. Mm-hmm. Then we're surprised and upset if you're not smoking weed at the White House. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like you lean into it.
Right.
And they used to do it back then. Like when they interviewed those old guys, this old blues guy or rock guy, he was a ladies' man.
That's right.
He'd enter the club with one chick and leave with another. He was, and it was like, oh, and everyone start laughing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They interviewed the guy's wife who's still alive, and he died 20 years ago. And it's like, well, he did love the ladies, and, that rubbed me the wrong way a few times.
You gotta stand by your man.
But it comes with the territory. So it's like, hey, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I like strange tits and ass. That's who I am. Like Snoop and his weed. You don't tell. But then there are the other guys that are like, oh, I would never know that. They get caught their hand one fucking time. They get their dick wet with some strange pussy, and it's a big deal.
Big to do.
Yeah, Nick's smart. He's leaning into
Established
that.
early.
Yeah, it's his brand.
It's his brand.
What do you guys think of that? He's going to have 10 kids, 3 this year.
It's a fire legacy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got a whole squad behind him. I mean, I love it. I've been watching Yellowstone a bunch. I mean, it's all about, keeping the squad strong.
And if you're like, if you want one
I've not seen it. Is he in Yellowstone, Nick Cannon?
No. Kevin Costner is, though.
Oh, I see. You're saying it's just about having a family.
Yeah. Yeah, keeping your, generational sort of strength.
Right, but not Nick Cannon per se.
Keeping your metaphorical ranch
I
strong.
gotcha.
Yeah,
Good.
that.
Yeah, man.
And I think if you really want one of your kids to like be president or have some kind of significant footprint on, life.
Be like a Paul
in the
Walker
world.
type.
Yeah, if you want that, I mean, you don't know what you're getting when you have a kid. So he's kind of just boosting
Hedging
his
his bets,
odds.
yeah.
So he's like the guy who's buying a bunch of lotto tickets.
Yeah, he's just getting as many lotto tickets as he can.
Because I got 2 kids, but it's like I got 2 lotto tickets, but what are the fucking chances with those 2?
It could be, you just don't know. But what is funny is that if he has by the time he's done 50 kids and none of them do anything, that's probably going to be pretty disappointing.
Yeah.
Yeah, or worse, I always feel for the guys. You hear those stories where it's like, oh, the guy drove his car into a Christmas parade and took out 13 elderly marchers. And then they go, Donald Johnson Jr., 26 years old. And I go, oh, there's a senior somewhere that's working.
Yeah.
Got the, that's the chance you take when you go with the
That's
junior.
right. That's right. Everybody knows. I'm curious from you gentlemen, which name you like better. He has Golden and Powerful are 2 of his kids. He has Legendary Love, Zion, Zillion.
Legendary Love sounds pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go with
Golden.
that one?
Wouldn't mind if my son was rocking that name and living up to it.
Yeah, and I think Powerful, I think her middle name's Queen. I think she's Powerful Queen Canon.
Wow.
I would caution Nick that there's only so much you can get done with the name, though. You know what I mean?
Good luck convincing him.
Yeah, like I said, like I wanted to name my kid Cash Widecock, but it wouldn't guarantee
Yeah, that you're speaking it into
anything.
existence.
Yes, it'd be exciting when he walked into the room, but at some point, the rubber would meet the road. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like maybe he wasn't rich.
Yeah.
Maybe he had a narrow cock.
It's like the opposite of a boy named Sue.
Yeah.
Too
so
tough
be
for him.
careful with the names. That's all.
Yeah, you don't have much control over your cock, but what if like pull up? What about that?
Oh, Pull Up is a kid's name.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Your dad would appreciate that.
You have control over how many pull-ups you do. So when pull-up walks into the room, he sure as shit better be doing his pull-ups.
28 reps Carolla.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grad.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Adam Carolla, you horse-toothed bastard.
Yes.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
It's funny that the pull-up is probably the most hand-centric exercise. You know, you need your hands for the curls and you need your hands for the push-ups, but not like with the pull-up. You know what I mean? Maybe that's your dad. Maybe that's why he gravitated toward the pull-up.
Yeah, it has strong hands. I mean, the hand is like the most beautifully designed part of our body. If like it's so, you mess it up. It can really.
Stare at your hand and tell me there's no God.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
good
order
point.
there.
There's order. Yeah.
And everything's working.
Things make sense.
And, like,
Every finger
synchronicity
serves a
with itself.
purpose.
Also, like when you wrestle someone and they got grip strength,
Oh, man.
it's such a game changer. Like when they just put that hand
Oh,
on
man.
you
You
realize
feel it.
no matter how hard you torque your arm, there's no way of getting out
Not
of
only
it.
that, but psychologically, you're already broken.
You're done.
You lost that match before it begins. When you feel that fucking dude grip strength, they're like, well, and by the way, because that's just a metaphor for the rest of this dude.
Right.
The grip, it just kind of comes out in the grip, but every part of this dude's
So-
strong.
Yeah,
All
you
you
can
need
feel
to
his
know.
history. He's been building fences and
That's right.
doing like hard
Like
work.
Canada should.
Fucking A.
All right. Did we bring it home?
We did.
Let me tell you about concrete, last but not least. There is concrete. It is creatine. Your body makes about half the creatine it needs. The other half comes from your diet, but most American diets are low in creatine-rich foods. That's where concrete comes in patented creatine HCl. Favorite creatine of elite, well-informed athletes. The number one bioavailable creatine and the only microdosing creatine out there. Just one small scoop and per 100 pounds. So if you're a 200-pounder, put a couple scoops in there. Creatine is required for functional energy, and every cell in your brain uses about 20% of the creatine in your body. Immune cells need to protect you, and heart cells need to pump, and lung cells need to breathe. It is concrete. I do it every day. Dr. Drew swears by it as well. It's concrete, right, Dawson?
Take control of your health, both body and mind. Build a better you with Concrete. Register now at con-crete.com/podcast. That's con-cret.com/podcast for a chance to win a $500 Walmart Visa gift card. Available now online and in-store Walmart. Concrete is truly life-changing and performance-enhancing.
Chad and JT's show called Chad and JT Go Deep. All episodes on Netflix as we speak. And the podcast Going Deep with Chad and JT available wherever you listen to finer podcasts. I had that.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's part of my childhood. Also, Brad Williams as well. Irvine coming up this weekend at the Improv. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Brad and Chad and JT and Gina and Bald. Say it. Mahalo.
Really, that was it. It was
Yeah.
Sunday night Governor's Ball. I'm hanging with like everybody. Like I don't know anybody, but oh, there's Aaron Rodgers and fucking CK and Silverman, all these people. Next day, I'm at the Comedy Store, open mic, eating dollar pizza, hoping I can get 3 minutes at that. You know, like
Right.
that. It was such a grounding thing for me to be like, oh yeah, this is what the game is. Like